tension mounting.
Yes, the tension mounts. The moment before the show, I'm going to call a spade a spade.
Would this be a good place to sit over
Yeah,
here?
since we're the first one, so we got the good spots or what?
Yeah, you sit wherever you want.
Well, I know, but we want like the premiere.
Where's the stage?
This is the stage. I guess, I don't know. Ahoy there. I put my makeup on with a trowel. See, this is my, what else we got here? Hammer of Justice.
The level of peace.
I can't believe, you won't believe what you saw. Someday, son, this all will be yours.
Package.
Well, if you're good. Let's see, am I on the level? I don't believe it either. And believe me, back, Dracula, Lord of Carpentry. Where's this fun? Now I can't believe it hasn't started yet. What is this shit anyway? It's been 2 minutes and nothing.
But you look great.
Hey, Marilyn Monroe, Roseanne Barr. Kind of blew the timing on that. Oh yes, a vice grip. Love the music, man. I've never really been able to figure out what these things are for anyway.
Makes holes in paper.
Oh, paper. Archaic pre-computer era paper. Oh. Well, they have a rotary phone. Propane, is this like cocaine?
Careful.
I think it's spent, huh?
No, I just didn't turn it on. I may look crazy. See the hat? But there's no way. These are good for lighting firecrackers. This is great. This thing is filthier than anything you would encounter in this basement, and they use it for an apron.
So what are we in for?
Gee, I don't know. It all depends on the dynamic between the performer and the audience. I can't see a goddamn thing.
You gotta turn that light.
Yeah, but then it'd be totally dark, and then where would I be? Well, I could put the humming light on here, but it makes a annoying low-level hum.
Yeah, but then you gotta check the camera. It comes in a B flat, actually.
No, but I may end up living here. I don't live here now, but if my girlfriend kicks me out, I might very well end up living here in this basement. In fact, that might be my, throne there. And
Well, there's a nice one back behind here.
it's got its own bathroom. Can't beat that. Okay, we'll do a Bob Newhart, and I'll sit on this stool here. Gee, what if the telephone had never been invented? Then people would refer to it for some other name, like Plastic Horn Devil, or something like that. I don't know. What if crack cocaine had never been invented? Imagine describing crack cocaine to somebody who'd never heard of it before. Well, it's this cocaine, and you put it in a pipe, and you smoke it. Wow, what dope you been smoking, man? Smoke it? I think the music goes very well, actually.
It's beautiful.
The guy just gets out of prison. He strangled his wife with a pillow, with the explanation when the police come in. Well, I may be a rat, but no other rat's gonna get her. So he goes to Sing Sing for 8 years. He gets out. This is the first thing he hears. He picks up a shy Italian woman, widowed, takes her home. She hasn't had any sex in 8 years because her husband died, and she never wanted another man, but she falls for this short, swarthy, but attractive stranger because of this romantic music. They have a child, he beats her. The child becomes a New York News reporter, and he writes a book about his father and what a deadbeat he is, and a con man, and how he never accomplished anything in his life without swindling everybody. And all to this music. This is called the Con Man Shuffle.
We need more of an audience, I think.
I think so too. Perhaps it was the tactless way in which I announced that I was making my appearance down
Well, it was good, but I don't know.
After you walk through the apartment with
Right,
that
I was thinking the
propane
same thing.
torch burning.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a fire hazard. This light's really bugging the shit out of me. There's gotta be a better way to do this.
I don't know, that music is pretty irresistible up there.
I know.
It's loud. I'm having trouble hearing you at times.
Okay, then I'll have to shout.
Maybe you should have Alex make another pronouncement.
All right. This is what I love.
I think that might be a good idea.
Oh, God. Well, it hasn't really, strictly speaking, been 5 minutes. Oh, it's better than it usually is.
We've been waiting for you to
Yeah, I think
bring everybody else down here.
I think the host needs to make a more clear pronouncement as to what's going to happen.
Well, you know, this is my little
Turn
side.
off the music and get a bullhorn. And
This is where I do most of my electrical experimentation myself. For instance, you see the remnants here of the human triode, where I'm able to pulse folks with strange electromagnetic phenomena.
Is it hooked up?
No,
Really?
it's not.
Can you attach it to the floor?
No, it requires activation of all this equipment here, and I can't quite do
Well,
that.
activate, please.
Slimmy, you see this practice studio back here? Look at this.
Oh, well. Such is life. Anyway. See you later, Andrew. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on that practice studio.
that
they got
practice
there.
studio looks a little bit like something from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, right. Like dancing midgets, spouting gibberish. Yeah, that's cool, man.
God knows what that
Twin Peaks, it changed the course of television history. Well, I can't think without loud music.
Have you come to the performance?
This is the performance. Isn't it magnificent? You're almost as tall as I am.
Second. Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, the
It
bathroom.
is.
You know, still waters run deep.
I wouldn't steer you wrong. Legs on your left.
It's a pretty good description of a toilet, isn't it? I'm just going to spend the whole set dancing, okay? What do you think?
Get this turned down. I can barely hear what you're saying. I'm in the
All right.
front row.
I think you're.
All right, now I'm going to scream.
How old?
I think you're right. Yeah, actually, there's the vent there.
Oh, well.
Point the camera at the ductwork.
Hey, Alex. Is there any chance? Hey, Alex.
No chance at all.
No chance, no. Oh, well. This goes to show. All right. Just let me know if you can't hear me, okay? Because I am prepared to scream the entire set. It's no... Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sit a little closer.
You're just in time.
Yeah, you just made it. Great. The audience is 150% now. Cool. That's wonderful. Hey, come on, sit down. Take a load off your feet.
Each of us are half of the audience.
Yeah, set a spell.
A third.
A third. There you go. Well, I count too. What am I, chopped liver?
That's
The
why
more people come, the less we will be.
That's true. You will diminish.
This looks like hams hanging from the ceiling with little dials on them.
We're just in time. I think the performance here.
Hey, did you hear about the Pope's latest miracle?
That's why I'm
He
back.
cured a ham. Get up and walk. Yeah, all right.
Both of these?
No, I don't need either. Go ahead, knock yourself out, kiddo. Take two. They're small. Anyway,
I'm
look
not
at
knocking
me.
myself out unless I'm part of the performance.
Right, which is exactly. Well, I don't know.
But you are.
I think I fiddled and fiddled long enough. Should I do my prize-winning Johnny Most impression? It's like Johnny Most, someone slips marijuana in his Luckies, and I was like, "Ow, this is terrible! Ow, here comes Nero! He fiddles and diddles down the court! Ow, 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 this is terrible! Ow, Caesar's having seizures! Caesar's having seizures! Yeah, I know. But
that is a joke. I applaud that.
well, thank you. Hey, A, B, C, D, E! Well, you know, I'm not a mere clown whose sole purpose in life is to tickle the sores of a fickle mob. But then again, a gig's a gig, so fuck it, you know? I'm the wrong hero, and I have the distinction of being wrong from the start. That's not a joke or a gag line. It's the title of this piece, which I carefully and very sophisticatedly stuck in here. Basically, I'm just a normal guy trying to make a living in showbiz without dressing in a clown suit. As you can see, I'm still working on it. Now, many have expressed a concern that the wrong hero is getting soft and weak. Now, actually, that's not true. Nobody has ever expressed any concern for the wrong hero whatsoever. You know, I gotta tell you something, a little autobiographical note here. I used to be a publicist at Disneyland, but I got fired for my slogan for Disney World, which is, suck my dick, you fucking rat! Take your Nazi bullshit and get the hell out of here! So, not working for them anymore. I got on one of those old-fashioned scales that gives you your weight and fortune. Little card came out, it said, "You weigh 240 pounds, please don't eat me!" Then I went to a gypsy fortune teller. She looked at her crystal ball and said, "You have no intention of paying me. Go away." Then I went to a Chinese restaurant, got some lunch, and then the fortune cookie said, "You will have a lifetime of good luck if you eat a different cookie over there." You know, I believe in UFOs. I was 3 when I saw my first UFO. Actually, I was on it. But I don't want to get into that. I'm the wrong hero, and this is comedy with a twist, because not only do you get to watch me perform, it's interactive. You also get to laugh when I'm funny. Do you see how it's interactive, like one of those murder mysteries where you shout out guilty or innocent at the end of the show? You know, you have rubber chicken and peas and some horrible sauce, and at the end of it, you know, Professor Hershey gets murdered. Who did it? Well, this is like one of those shows, you know, interactive, like. I'm the wrong hero, but I go by many names. People call me King Slave, Mr. Miss, Ms. Pig, Governor Helpless, President Stockboy, Cousin Alien, Iceberg Son, Uncle Auntie, Old Father Mother, Officer Felon, Dr. Patient, get the drift here, General Specific, Mr. Client Esquire, some lawyer humor here, and my favorite name, Sunny Dad. Now tonight I will address you on equal terms, but tomorrow you must return to your people, where you belong. For I am the wrong hero. I am the mainstream alternative to the mainstream. For those who like something a little different, like Red Dog beer, for instance, manufactured by the Plank Road Brewery, but actually made by Miller. It's made by Miller. You are your own dog. That's a great, inspiring example for our nation's youth. You know, hey, Fido, you're gonna be president someday. President of the Dog Pound. But more than that, I'm so original that in 100 years, people will idolize me. Actually, Wilhelm Reich said that. You know, basically, I think it's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Actually, Herman Melville said that, but he hasn't been gigging lately, so I figured he wouldn't mind if I stole one of his lines. You know, sorry, Scott. See you later.
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Don't be sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
That's part of it.
Well, I don't know. It can be if you leave.
I can pee here.
Yeah. No, go. There's a bathroom right around the corner. Just like burst your way in. You know, what gets me is how I planted you Earth people here 300,000 years ago, and you've done nothing but wreck the joint. That big ash hole at Chernobyl and what's that, Bhopal? You guys fucked everything up. You go into those goddamn forests, cut the trees down. A 3-year-old would know better. All these diseases come out. You people are sick. You social climbing primates make me ill. Because you see, I am the wrong hero. I don't talk about women, money, or the cute doings of celebrities. So, by the standards of television, I'm boring. But, if you listen with the left side of your brain, you can appreciate my true genius. You see this? See this? It's not muscle, it's fat. Now here's something you'll get into. I meditate. I do, so do you, I know you do. Twice a day. You're real hardcore. I'm gonna get a 12-step meditation program. I resolve not to recognize a higher power. You know, I meditate, but I'm really confused because you know what my mantra is? You're not supposed to know this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. You know what my mantra is? Mantra. So, like, I'm all fucked up, you know? I'm confused as hell. I'm there going, mantra, mantra, man. You know what else I did? I tried to copyright the copyright symbol. It's tough, man. I got a homemade license plate on my car. It's made out of cardboard with, like, a magic marker. It says, militia. And I got a vanity plate on the front. Please arrest me. I have large guns in my trunk. You know, there's something else I've been thinking about. When Jesus got pissed off, like he stubbed his toe, would he say, Jesus, oh, that's me. Oh, it's just something I wonder about. One time I went to a confessional, you know, to give my confession to the priest. But, you know, I was kind of stoned, and I said to him, Father, forgive me, for I am stoned. Actually, I didn't know this was a confessional booth. I thought it was a phone booth. I was going to change into Superman here. But, hey, you know. You know, I always get kicked out of church. I put some A1 steak sauce on a communion wafer. Well, because everything goes better with A1. You know it. You know what I like to do? I like to get a host and then go back in line and bring the host back to the priest and say, hey, this is stale. What do you mean? I'm going to take that $5 back from the collection basket, and you ain't going to stop me. What kind of church is this? You know, I like to tell you what I call a little shaggy God story. You know, my father had a sinister secret. He used to pretend to play dice and drink whiskey and dance with women, but actually, in secret, he was a praying to the Lord. Well, one day, I went up to my dad and I said, Father, can I have a pet? And he didn't say anything then, but later I came back and you know what he gave me? My very own pet God. That's right. Well, I'm going to make a long story short. One day my God got old and feeble, and my father said that it wouldn't be right to let him suffer. So I got out that special God whistle that only he could hear, and I called him to me. And he looked at me with those big, blue, omniscient eyes of his'n, and I knowed that he knowed what I was going to do. Well, I came back to my father and told him that the deed was done, and he said, son, you can't teach an old God new tricks. You know, I don't, you're not getting, what? Well, I don't get it. I don't either. I told you it was a shaggy God story. Has no real point. No punchline. No laughs, you know, really. I mean, the stuff about the God whistle. That was okay, I guess. I don't believe in body piercing, except for my pets. I have a goldfish with a hook in his mouth. And here's another thing, when I buy rat poison, I always look for the kind that says on the label, not tested on animals. You know, I want the kind that's tested on humans, but anyway. You ever notice you're in the high speed lane on the highway, and there's always some fucking guy in a Volvo doing 55! I can't stand this shit! Who does this fucker think he is? Mr. Safety? Hi! I have a Volvo. It's impervious to being crushed. I'm Mr. Safety. Bugs the shit out of me, as you can probably tell. You know, when I get pulled over by a policeman, you know, most people say, here's my license and registration, sir, or I'm going to reach into this holster and get my license out. But no, I don't say that. I say, here's a blank check. Buy yourself some deodorant because you stink. I have a good time. Do you mind if I heckle you?
Heckle away.
You have an infectious laugh, so you must be quarantined.
I haven't laughed once.
Well, try, damn it. You are a spy. Do you deny your guilt?
Yes.
You're innocent, huh?
Yes.
Innocence is the best excuse. They all say they're innocent. No one is innocent. Here's a question. If you overdose on anti-nausea drugs, how much do you have to take to get nauseous? Think about it. It's hard to be funny when I'm like screaming over salsa music. You know, it's also fucking monotonous. This is like the soundtrack to hell. You know, I can just see the devil up there sticking pitchforks in the unbaptized babies. Dun dun dun. Load them onto the cart. Dun 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 dun. Boom. Oh God, it drives me nuts. You know, I like to live sensibly. I exercise, I buckle up whenever I drive, I drink decaffeinated coffee, I eat cauliflower. So every now and then I figure it's okay if I treat myself to a piping hot bowl of cocaine in its cheap, smokable form. You know, I mean, because all that good stuff sort of balances it out in a way. You know, people were talking about the computer revolution. Oh, fuck that, man. You know, I've been online for years. Thank you. The unemployment line. You know, when I go for job interviews, people say to me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I like to say, that's a very good question. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I'll tell you where I see myself in 5 years. I see me in a stretch limo, a foxy whore on either arm, drinking Courvoisier from a paper cup, my fists dripping with fuck you money, and I see you standing on a street corner handing out watchtowers to peace officers, your filthy coat covered with snot and vomit, drinking Old Spice from a paper bag, and screaming at me, you fucking monkey, as I leave you in a cloud of my dust. And you know what they always say? Well, we were considering you for an entry-level position, but we think you have what it takes to be management. No, really though, I need a job. You know, I'm a good family man, but I'm not going to tell you which family, all right? But I'm sure you can guess. I can't control my kids. You know what's really shitty? I don't have any kids. Okay, here's a riddle. You like riddles, don't you? The applause, the response, the feedback. Cognitive dissonance here.
I like riddles.
Okay, what's the difference between Boston and yogurt?
The consistency.
Yogurt has an active culture. Tell that one to your friends at work. If in fact you have a job. Okay, I'm going to sing an anti-folk song. I guess it would be apropos to sing it to the tune of this. So look at that man in the greasy hat. I just don't like him, and that is that. Look at those drunks with the out-of-tune guitar. Thank God they'll never make me what they are. That's more like a thrash song, actually. I'm sorry. You know what bugs me? That song. Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. What kind of nightmare world is this? Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. Make it stop! Ah, make it stop! And there's another one that really bothers me is Pop Goes the Weasel. Round and round the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun. Pop goes the weasel. This is my vision of hell. Having to read all the junk mail that I ever threw away, having to finish all the food on my plate that I never finished eating, having to watch the end of every shitty television show I turned off in the middle, and watching a monkey chase a weasel around the mulberry bush for all eternity. Well, let's get cultural now. Yeah, well. How's this? It's the sound of seltzer. Seltzer music. All right, I'm going to do Hamlet in 30 seconds. We're fooling Hamlet's evil uncle. We're replacing his usual entertainment with this cunningly constructed play within a play by his kooky nephew. Let's listen. You killed my dad! Guards, guards! Shh, shh, shh. Oh, I drank poison wine! The end. I just saved you 3 hours. You gotta give me 20 bucks, you know? You know what I think? I think science fiction is sports for people who throw like girls. But don't repeat this, please. You ever see those fortune-telling 8 balls? You know, the ones you shake them and they tell your fortune? And they almost always say, ask again. You know, like the thing is like Univac, it has to think about it for a while and get back to you. I'll get back to you on that. The check is in the mail. I won't come in your mouth. You know, they gotta have sexy bowling balls. Like, oh, here's another thing. You heard about that movie Waterworld? They spent $200 million to make this fucking movie. I can take a shower for free! What is this shit? Waterworld. You know, I hate television, and I can't wait until they invent holograms so I can start hating them too. Now, this episode of The Wrong Hero has been brought to you by Move Over Butter, Fuck You Margarine, and Die, Lord, Die! And now, you know, here's something that's been in the news. That glove that OJ tried to put on and it didn't fit. Who do you suppose that glove really belonged to? What 2 individuals do you associate with gloves? Michael Jackson and Mickey Mouse. All right, so one of them must have done it. Maybe both, you know? Oh, Mickey, you hold her down and I'll cut her with the knife. Well, I don't know, Michael. This looks pretty hard to me. You know, it used to be, back in the 70s and 80s, we used to worry about nuclear annihilation. Oh, we don't worry about that anymore. Now what we worry about is mayonnaise. Can you get that mayonnaise? It's like, that's quite a bring down. We are marching to save the world from evil nukes to mayonnaise. How can you march against mayonnaise? You know, evil eggs, destroy all tartar sauce. You know, start small, work your way up. This world is in a real quandary. That's a laundromat run by a duck. No, I mean, I think the only way to stop tyrants from taking over the earth is to let me take over the earth, okay? Are you with me? Didn't think so. I love the Republicans, you know? They got that Newt Gingrich. You know what Newt Gingrich is? A white dwarf star. Oh, and here's another thing, you know, they got the religious right on their side. The GOP has finally figured out how to do something politicians have been trying to figure out for years. How to kiss unborn babies. Yeah, it's really, and the Democrats, boy, they don't believe in flying saucers, but they think that when we turn 65, we're all going to get Social Security. You know? I mean, they're nutty. The meek will inherit the earth. You ever hear that? The meek will inherit the earth. And that's fine with the Republicans, just so long as they get the drilling rights. You know, and the mineral rights and all that. You know, if I had my way, I'd like to vote with my feet. But I don't want anybody to see how cheap my shoes are, so ain't gonna do it. I'm writing a book. It's called History of Cynicism. Then again, I don't know why I bother. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change my name to Mr. Deceased. That'll throw the bill collectors off my trail. It will. Here's that old saying, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Now, what kind of a moron would live in a glass house? Why? Why? Is this so burglars can window shop? You know, it's a marshmallow world in the, hey, Christmas is coming early this year. That cat's got a VCR. You know, is it, why would you want to live in glass houses? So you can shave while you're looking at the wall? So the neighbors can hold up scorecards when you're fucking? You know, 7.9, 7.8, 8.8. What are you, a wise guy? Oh, here's another thing, too. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. Who the fuck would want to? Do I go around and buy a wallet made out of bacon? You know, the credit card slips are like little pieces of Canadian ham. Here's the kids. Oops, no, that's the pig. Well, here's another charming riddle for you. This one has an ecological bent. Why did the hedgehog cross the road? Answer, it didn't cross the road. Roads are not a part of the habitat of the hedgehog. You ever notice that when Southerners get mad, they talk like they're taking a shit? No, really. It's like, what you doing around here anyway, boy? When I get this thing out of here, I'm gonna get you. You know what I think is nice? Blow dryers in bathrooms to create a nice, warm environment for germs to thrive. Isn't that thoughtful? You want to know what the secret of comedy is? Like, yeah, you're gonna hear it from me right now, right? Perpetual cynicism is a farce multiplier. See, that's a play on words, because Colin Powell says perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. You know, I work at a library, and somebody asked me for the book Regression with Dummy Variables, and I said, what's this, the new slogan of the GOP Congress? Regression with Dummy Variables? You know, my teenage son is giving me a hard time. And the hell of it is, I don't have a teenage son. But when I do have one, I'm going to give him a name to get back at his eventual and inevitable betrayal of me. I think I'll call him something like Strom, or Newt, or Cosmo, or Acidophilus, or Rico Suave, or you know, some name that's going to get him. It's like the boy named Sue principle, you know, the name that's going to get his ass kicked, so he grow up to be tough, like me. Lucky Charms, or maybe I'll call him Captain Crunch, or Cracklin' Oat Bran. You know, you put a lot of time and effort into naming me, didn't you, Dad? Yeah, I looked into breakfast cereal one morning. You know, we'll call him Honey Bunches of Oats. Yeah, that's what we'll name him. You know, my girlfriend. I broke up with my girlfriend, but I was really considerate and nice about it. You know, I said to her, look, bitch. No, actually I said, baby, every time I'm with you, I see God. And he told me to stop going out with you. That's your joke. I liked it so much I stole it. I finally figured out what Mickey Mouse means. You know that Mickey Mouse song? M-I-C, Military Industrial Complex. K-E-Y, Keynesian Economic Yoke. M-O-U-S-E, more of United States engulfment. It's a conspiracy. So watch yourself. You know what? I gotta get out of this business. I think I'm gonna go and do Broadway shows or something, or television shows. Like, you know, update stuff from the 60s, like take My Favorite Martian and update it. You know, call it something like Asshole Venusian or something. Something in line with the 90s, or A Streetcar Named Desire. Call it Fucking Slut Trolleys, XXX. That would do it for me. You know, if Elvis were alive today and he were on the sun, he would weigh 97 billion tons. You know, that's a real hunk of burning love. I'll tell you that. You know, I was hoping there were some actual homosexuals down here, but I guess not. Oh, isn't that a don't you hate it when that happens? Well, you know, there's this preacher down south, he has these signs that say, God hates homosexuals. But what he doesn't bother telling you is that Jesus thinks some of them are kind of cute. You know, I was wondering about Jesus. When he was on the cross, you know, what did he do to pass the time? Did he, like, pretend he was an airplane? You know, he's like, there's Pontius Pilate. Hey, Peter, I can see your house from here. I was just wondering about that. You know, the Pope said that, recently said that marriage is grounds for drug addiction. No, I'm sorry. He said drug addiction is grounds for divorce. The Pope said drug addiction is grounds for divorce. Well, I say marriage is grounds for drug addiction. So, you know, it's a vicious circle. I like to serenade my girlfriend, but unfortunately, well, the only songs I know are blues songs, you know, like, you can sell your cotton, but you won't get half a cent, Lordy, you know, stuff like that. Or, I got a yellow gal I can't keep, you know, like, you know, yeah, that's a problem I have every day. And, the bees made honey and the lion's head, good God! So it doesn't work. Hey, see you later, John. Oh, okay, well, I'm winding down anyway. So anyway, I'd like to say, thanks so much. Have a nice day. God bless. I sure do appreciate it. Pleasure doing business with ya. Dankeschön. Grazie. Tomarigato gozaimasu. Gracias. Merci beaucoup. Thanks a jillion. I'll never forget this. This means a lot. God bless your day. Thank ye kindly, strangers, and thanks. I'm the wrong hero, and I'm wrong from the start. shouldn't I get a job first? I don't know. You know, doing comedy up here, and you know, it's kind of weird because you feel as though you have to take on all the insecurities of your audience. And well, the thing about that is, I don't know if I deserve to take on all your insecurities. I'm very insecure about doing that. My parents. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tom. Don't you hate it when people call you buddy? It's generally not the exact opposite of what they really mean to call you. You know, it's like, hey, buddy, pull over. It's like, hey, asshole. So every time someone calls me buddy or pal, I always think, asshole. You know, this little ghost voice. My parents wanted me to succeed.
Just what?
That's all they ever wanted. And they used to say, Frank, are you going to make a success of yourself? Don't you want to be a success? And I used to say, who cares? They wanted me to get along with others. I used to say, I can't even get along with you fuckers. What do you mean? They wanted me to have good manners and be neat and clean. And I used to say, oh, fuck that. You know, they wanted to be mentally alert, I think. I don't remember. You know, I just want to have as much fun as possible, just so long as it doesn't cost me anything. You know, that's my philosophy. I want to go to parties. I want to be so cool that nobody notices me, nobody talks to me, and nobody makes me the center of attention. I'm not getting my wish, and I'm pretty mad. You know, this is a tough job, and I know deep inside that nobody can do my job quite the same way I do it, and that's why I'm getting fired next week. There's a lot of opportunity for advancement. You start out as a scab, work your way up to backstabber, and when you get to the top of the heap, everybody will call you traitor. Well, I've been trying to get to the top of the heap, but the opportunities for advancement are limited because there's so much competition. This is I'd like to tell a true story. When I grew up in Pittsburgh, and we used to have a sex education course in 7th grade. It used to be in this dingy, filthy, slimy, grimy basement. Beautiful, just a place to learn about the joys of, you know, mutual intercourse. In this basement with pipes hanging along the walls, rats falling out of the ceiling, sort of like this place. But this kid, we used to get up and tell true stories about our nascent sexuality. And this one kid says, every time I get the urge to masturbate, I practice my tuba. Next week he comes in, his tongue is swollen up to the size of a pumpkin. You know. When I get married, you know, I guess I'm going to have to change diapers, and that's okay. I don't mind changing babies' diapers, just so long as baby is 18 years old or older, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, this is a thought I had this morning. There are some jobs, people moonlight, but there's some situations where you shouldn't moonlight. Let's say, for instance, the dentist who decides he also wants to be a hockey player. Wait, put that tooth in us. Here, go right to the hospital. You know? Hey, you know, dentists have a lot of control over your life. Like, you know, if a doc comes to you and says, I'm going to pull out all 4 of your wisdom teeth, you'd say, hey, no way, but we're in a dentist chair. He says, I'm going to pull out all 4 of your wisdom teeth. Like that. You know, Nietzsche, just to get classy here, Nietzsche says, in the fight between you and the world, back the world. And this gets me to thinking, gee, if I were to fight the world, me versus the world, round 1. Hey, referee, that glove that the world has weighs 4 billion pounds, you know? That's not fair. Corn chips. When a joke doesn't work, you just pretend like it did work and you just move right on to the next one. Corn chips, nature's perfect food. Salt, fat, and everybody's favorite, corn. You ever look at the AB on a Budweiser can? You ever notice there's an AB? You know why they put that there? That's after you've drunk about 12 or 13 of them and people ask you to recite the alphabet, you get a little hint going in. A, B. All right, I'm going to end. I'm getting out of here, Jeff, don't worry. I'm going to end with this. This is an impression of Johnny Most as a baby. It's like, oh, Mom, I wet myself. Here comes Mom. She fiddles and she diddles with the pill. This is terrible. Mom stuck herself with a safety pin. This is terrible. 3-year-old children to worship a giant rat, all right? I just want to leave you at that. I've been aching to get that one. Well, anyway, thanks for your kind patience, and here's your host, Jeffrey. Songwriter. We're going to have all sorts of super special guest stars. Geez, let me think of the constellation of guests. Oh yeah, King Farouk. He's coming down. Hey, there's King Farouk now. None other than Jeffrey Gagnon. Our special host.
Get out there, keep him busy, Francis. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, wow.
Hey, this guy, he's got a song that'll go on for a few minutes.
Well, Jeffrey picturates.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I guess we'll just go over the special guest stars that we've all invited down here. Well, of course, we have the lovely Elaine Gold Garcia. She's practically a fixture here. And
Don't let him do that to you, Elaine. Don't let him embarrass you like that.
I'm not embarrassing her. I'm calling attention to her. And let's see, we got our sound man, Mike. He's always ready with a cable or a laugh and or a light. And yeah, and we got Blue, our video technician and mastermind. And he wears a hat with a hole in the top, so you think it's a raccoon tail hanging out, but it's actually his hair. And that's a pretty nifty trick. And let's see, we're going to have the ghost of Jackie Gleason, and he's going to drink some whiskey out of a coffee cup, and he's going to pretend like it's coffee. But we all know it's whiskey. And what other beloved old entertainers' spirits are going to be present in this room when we do the open mic, which is, oh yeah, Arthur Godfrey. He's going to talk for half an hour about the merits of Maxwell House coffee, and you're all going to love that because it's going to be much more entertaining than what he really does.
Chock full of nuts.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's chock full of nuts that he used to talk about. Boy, we got some real old timers in the audience here. Can't get away with nothing when you got some over 30s because they'll call you. I guess that's the difference between the over 30 crowd and the under 30 crowd. The under 30 crowd, they just say, what an idiot. The over 30s. Lipton tea. There probably was Lipton tea, given the weak tea delivery of Arthur Godfrey. It must have been. Celebrities who endorse products who are just like them. I can't think of any celebrities. Where have all the real celebrities gone? Art Linkletter for Quaaludes. When your daughter takes too much LSD, give her one of these. You'll love it.
Francis, what product do you endorse?
Oh boy, that's a mighty good question. How's about...
No, it's when you can't sleep, watch Francis.
Okay, I would endorse Ghost Off. Ghost Off kills them dead. Ghost Off gets them in the cracks and crannies where they like to hide. Ghost Off. Yeah, let's see, what else? Our next special poltergeist guest star, none other than Linda Blair. She's going to spit real pea soup. Thanks for turning off the blower. That's a real nice touch, that blower. It's sort of like talking inside of a car wash. I used to work in a car wash, and my dad, in a touching display of parental love, gave me a pair of earplugs because the decibel level in there went to 120. He called me on Christmas Day. Come on down to the car wash. We need somebody. Dad, you gotta be joking. No, I'm serious. Haha, Dad, you're such a joker. And I hung up on him. Didn't talk to him again for 8 days. And then finally, when I did go to visit him in his apartment on Winebiddle Street, his new wife said, the return of the prodigal son. Just a touching story from my autobiography. I thought I'd share that with you. I'm getting off the track though. We have all these special guest stars, but I can't think of a single one of them. My mind's a veritable blank. Oh, we got Joseph Christ. He built all the tables in here, as you can see. And if you're not careful, and if you don't put an ashtray on, they'll float 3 inches in the air. That's why we have the glass ashtrays. And let's see, who else we got? Oh, we got the car from My Mother, the car parked out in the Brookline Avenue. And it's a very handy thing to have your mother's dead spirit embodied in an old Model T, because when the cop tries to tow it away, it says, "Ray! Ray!" Well, No, I guess it wouldn't really say that, but good grief. El Stingo. Frank, why don't you do something cute like blow your nose on the microphone? Now, let's see. Other famous guest stars. W.C. Fields. He's going to come up here and tell you that you can't cheat an honest man. And he should know. What do I have to say? Maybe I'll talk about the tractor trailer finishing school. This is something I've been meaning to get to. As long as there's only a few people here, I might as well. It's in my bag. Now, feel free to throw your money in that hat, by the way. Don't let the fact that it's sitting there on this long table intimidate you in any way. Yeah, I noticed these. Thanks. Hey, great. It's called busking. You play for the money they throw. It's sort of like Cher in Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. I won't even essay to do an impersonation of Cher. My former girlfriend who moved to Indiana did such a lovely one last time she was here. Now, how do you do it? Hell with you. What do you know? You weren't there, Jeffrey.
Why did she move to Indiana?
Because Jeffrey was hounding her. He was saying, he's not your boyfriend. I am. And she said, Jeffrey, you're not my boyfriend, you're my caveman friend. Anyway, I like to kid Jeff, but seriously, he's the salt of the earth. Of course, we all know that salt causes heart attacks. I'm gonna have a heart attack, you keep heckling me. Note this sensitively drawn photo of a big rig. Now, you know, it's sort of on an angle. It's red. What does it remind you of? Yeah, okay. Hey lady, woo woo! Who said a penis? Well, speaking of which, can all of you see this? This was in the bakery yesterday. You see the before shot, that was then. A skinny, malnourished waitress resentfully balancing a tray full of garbage in front of a smoke background. And the after photo, this is now. This LSD brain-injured waitress finished her course at the tractor trailer finishing school, and now she's become a dyke. You know, the thing is, I don't have anything against dykes. If a woman wants to be a dyke, I won't hold it against her. That's just a little joke I like to tell. But she's posing in front of this truck, she's giving the Black Power salute. She's dressed in some ludicrous cowboy outfit. Her kidneys are shot to hell. Not that she ever gets to drive this tractor trailer. How many female tractor trailer drivers do you know about? Exactly none. So my guess is that she's actually starting her own tractor trailer school. It's called the Tractor Trailer Finishing School. And you learn how to drink 7 cups of coffee in 5 minutes. And you learn how to avert your gaze when people are having sexual intercourse in the back seat of the car that you can look down on from your 18-foot cab. And you learn how to put a dollar bill in the front of a waitress's blouse with 2 fingers. Yes, it's the type of finesse you only learn at the Tractor Trailer Finishing School. Now, we do have a real special guest, somebody who's not one of these artificial special guests. He wanted to perform first. Does he still want to perform?
Sure.
Oh, come on down. I can't see a thing in these glasses, so you're going to have to tell me your name.
You look good. You look great.
Hey, thanks.
Get off the stage, you goddamn galoot!
Hey, wait. I have to cough some phlegm onto the microphone. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, anoint me in rubbing alcohol. And then the front 4 of the jets will be my disciples.
Hi out there in Cambridge Cable TV land.
Yeah, you wish. And, okay, what's your name? Chad Crump. We had Chad here a couple weeks ago.
Thank you all for coming to G-Gang. Be back quick. We have a really big show here for you tonight. Take it away, Francis.
He was terrific. And he's going to be even more terrific now that he has this huge howling audience to perform in front of.
That's right.
I give you Chad Crump.
Yeah.
Jockey, please come on up. He was in cement? The cement? Oh, I see. Yeah, we had a couple of squealers and we put them in a little tub full of quick-dry cement and we dropped them in the bed. And now they came back and they're mutants and they're out for revenge. But here's Jockey. Stage and we can all do
We'll do the big, we are the world fish cake.
My name is Francis DiMenno. Please don't hurt me. Ooh. Did you see this headline in today's Herald? School chief keeps his job. What a controversial headline. What's going to be next? Beer makes you fat. Clowns are funny. You ever hear that expression, there's many a slip, twixt, cup, and lip? What convention of Einstein's came up with this one? I don't know. Ha ha ha. Governor Dukakis got rid of happy hour. Isn't that just like him? Now he's coming out with angry hour. The doorman stabs you with the hors d'oeuvre toothpicks as you come in the door, and the drinks cost you an arm and a leg, literally. Leon Spinks is the bartender, and here's how the bartender deals with rowdy drunks. Hey buddy, you're an alcoholic. I'm cutting you off. And don't come back! People say I'm my own worst enemy, you know? They say I'm my own worst enemy and I believe them, and that proves it. I guess. I want to get married just so I can have a really messy divorce. I'm my own worst enemy. Went to the doctor and he said, Mr. DiMenno, I'm sorry to tell you that you're impotent. And I said to him, well, it's okay, my wife's frigid. 2 + 2. I'm dying to write an anti-Muslim novel. Just like Salman Rushdie. Cat Stevens says that Salman Rushdie should be condemned to death for writing that book, The Satanic Verses. So he's going to come out with a new single, Peace Train riding through the city, ride on it, kill him. Somebody told me he's working on a new novel. It's called Buddha, You Big Fat Suck. Remember Casey Kasem? He had his American Top 40. Wasn't he terrific? And he'd always read these letters from his readers. And now from Jerusalem we have, I can't do a Casey voice anymore, I used to be able to. Now from Jerusalem we have Mrs. Iscariot. Dear Casey, my son got mixed up with a bunch of religious fanatics and now they're accusing him of being a traitor. What do I do? Well, Mrs. Iscariot, I don't know. Hell, I blew that one. Okay. Hey, you know, when I muff a joke, it gets bigger laughs, so I'm going to muff them all from now on. I had a dream. I dreamed I was in California. And when I woke up, I had broccoli on my breath, I reeked of gasoline, and I had 20 fewer IQ points. Now, here's a real tragedy. This is actually something personal. The day you wake up and you realize that you're not as smart as you thought you were, doesn't it make you real mad? It makes me mad. I got a pet. It was a parrot. But unfortunately, I found out later it was a mafia parrot. And even worse, I found out that it squealed on the mob. So next day I get up, look at its cage. There's a seahorse's head in the bottom of the cage and a note. Lay off, blabbermouth, signed, the mob. Well, I got rid of that parrot. I put its feet in a little bucket and threw it in the bathtub. Then I got a canary, and I said, geez, you know, this canary is stuck in his cage, he doesn't ever get out, and so I figured I'd take him out. So I took him to a coal mine, and he died. Just like that joke. I don't watch much TV, and that's because I have principles. The only shows I'll watch are written by American Indians. Unfortunately, the plots tend to be kind of monotonous, like they all center around broken treaties and genocide, recipes for pemmican, and how to make yourself bulletproof. Now here's something, a nice recruiting ad for the Army. Be a hostage and see the world. Or at least a very small part of it. You ever been to Disneyland?
Yeah.
All right. You know what the magic of Disney is? The magic of Disney is getting 2-year-old children to worship a giant rat. And, well, I was going to tell a joke about Disney, the food that you get at Disneyland, like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. But I don't know. Is that really funny? They have a, well, okay. And I'll try the next one. There's a museum of ad figures in San Francisco. It's like a museum of advertising. And I went there and I met the wife of the Quaker Oats man. And she was a dead ringer for Barbara Bush. Remember when Jimmy Carter said he had adultery in his heart?
Lust.
Oh, okay. Well, he had lust in his heart. Well, the heart is not the area of the body that one usually associates with lust now, is it? I don't know. It just goes to show.
You had a hot on.
Yeah, you're at Penthouse. And, there's a special room in the White House that's devoted to the sex lives of the presidents. And Reagan's room is filled with Tristan. Remember when Kitty Dukakis had a neck brace on? You know how that happened? She bent over backwards, literally, to support the governor. I think we should all support the governor. Why did Bush pick Dan Quayle? You know, they put Dan Quayle down. They say, oh, he's not so bright, but you know, he was on the college bowl and his team won. Unfortunately, the other team was a rack of Dunkin' Donuts. I think the reason that Bush picked Dan Quayle is because, well, there was always scandals with adultery. They got hushed up real quick, and then Dan Quayle was picked as vice president. 2 + 2. It's going to come out in the New York Post about a year from now. I fucked Marilyn Quayle. I don't know. I wanted to tell you about bumper stickers in Braille. I invented a bumper sticker in Braille that says, if you can read this, you must be blind. I have an uncle, his name's Uncle Al, and, well, his name was Uncle Al, but everybody used to call him Uncle Alky. And I also had a cousin. His name was Cousin Toby. He was actually my uncle, but he was only a few years older than me, so I called him my cousin. And I used to go to Uncle Toby and say, those big kids are picking on me. And, you know, come on, let's go and beat them up. And Uncle Toby would say, hey man, mellow up. Like, here, have some of this spleef and you won't even mind that they're beating you up. Well, predictably enough, when Uncle Al meets Cousin Toby, hey man, what are you looking for in that bottle? You gonna find what you're looking for in that bottle? I don't know, I haven't looked in all the bottles yet. When I find a bottle that says Al, I'll let you know.
1 more minute, Francis.
I only have 15 more seconds of this. That's it. You ever hear of disgruntled employees in the workforce? You read about this. Who's Monty Gilchrist? Who's? Shottas? Oh, why? Oh. So what's the opposite of Lonnie Gilchrist? Employees who grunt with satisfaction every time you throw them a nickel. Employees who float in the air every time you pat them on the head. Ah, thank you, boss. Yeah, really, instead of this, like, malingering son of a bitch. I'll leave you with this thought. They're always talking about shiftless bums. Alright, fine, shiftless bums. Just what we need. Aggressive bums. Give me a fucking raise or I'll fucking strangle you, you son of a bitch. Thank you all. That's my theory. I guess we're going to have to bring on the Tyler Road now. Mr. Tyler Road, can you please come up and grace our stage? We also have a vegetarian platter coming up in a couple of weeks. And
Okay, I want a rousing applause for Simon. That's what I have for Simon.
Tyler Road, it is all in some way or another, whether that be by performing or merely spectating or both or neither. The usual tedious announcements. Tonight we have Musica Main Comment. Does anybody here know Yiddish or Hebrew? Well, they're an Israeli band. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but it's Musica Main Comment, I guess. Next week we have Prickly Heat as our featured performance. And then the week after that we have Vegetarian Platter, named after one of the dishes offered at the Middle East. And on the 30th we have a fellow named Pete. He's in the band The Velcro Peasants. He's going to do a solo number. Don't forget to watch us on Cambridge Channel 55. Thursdays between the hours of 7 and 9 p.m. And so, Nancy Beth.
Have y'all here? I sure do hope you have every bit as much fun as we have here doing what we do for you. I'd like to talk a little bit about my daddy. My daddy. There was nothing in the world my daddy wouldn't give me. All I have to do was ask. So I said, Daddy, can I have a pet? He says, you gotta promise to take care of it. I said, okay, Daddy. So he says, well, what kind of pet do you want? And I says, I want a pet bear. So we got this big old bear, put him out in the backyard, chained him to a stake, set out a gallon tub so he could have water, and we fed him some bear chow, and it's in the shape of little picnic baskets. Well, but the neighbors started complaining about all the dogs disappearing in the neighborhood, so we had to get rid of old Fuzzy. Well, then we got ourselves another pet. I was a thrilled little shaver when Daddy brought home this pet. It was the biggest thrill of my admittedly young lifetime. Well, the old asthma's kind of getting to me. Can't play it like I used to. Well, I was a thrilled little shaver, and it was only yesterday, but it seemed like years and years ago. I was just as thrilled as a little shaver could be. Wasn't I jumping around like a little scamp when Daddy brought me home my very own pet God? Yeah, we used to have to keep our pet God chained to a God leash. That's because we were scared he'd go out there and start running around with all them bad gods in the neighborhood. Well, one day my God, he was kind of sickly. He didn't come right away when I called him, even though I sent him to the God obedience school so he'd do just that. So my daddy says, son, your God is old and feeble. It wouldn't be right to let him suffer. He says, son, a man's got to do what a man's got to do, even when it's his favorite God. So I went out, and I got the rifle, and I pointed it at the head of my faithful old God. And he looked at me with them big, blue, omniscient eyes of his, and I know that he knows what I was going to do. Well, after the deed was done, Daddy said to me, son, always remember, you can't teach an old God to do tricks. And on that kind of note, I think we ought to bring up Mr. Chris Chandler. He's virtually a mainstay of my here. I can draw the hick accent to Hamlet. Mr. Chandler. Yes, we are all making it up as we go along. Mr. Chris Chandler, please have another interview. Yes. Who's next? The roar. Solid.
They're really desperate.
But gradual. Desperate. Yeah. You want to come up and play some harmonica? No. Can you play two harmonicas at once? Really? That's an amazing trick. I know a guy who played 3 saxophones at once. Well, I don't know them very well. It's not the kind of people I hang out with. Now, we have somebody said they wanted to do some comedy in this, the best of all possible circumstances. Please come on up if you do. This is a gentleman who performs with a band called the Trust. Please introduce yourself to our team mom. We have a special guest who's lurking in the doorway. Maybe we can call him in here. Jeffrey? Do I hear Jeffrey's pitter-pattering steps as he slowly walks into the room?
Nope.
Nope. And in the interim, I'm sure we have somebody who wants to perform next. They're just like dying to. We have something more of a crowd. This postmodernist commentary is too much, isn't it? All right. Come on up.
The rest of it. And we'll tune our guitar, so I swear to God, I'll sound better. Andrew's gonna sound great. I want to thank everybody. Prickly Heat is gonna play tonight. Be prepared.
My forehead says that we play around 7 o'clock. Is that right? See? Thanks to Chuck. Chuck, Bob, use your guitar. Okay.
You know how to tune it? Can you tune it for me? Yeah. It sounded really bad. Usually at home it sounds better.
Well, now we're going to be treated to a spectacle solemn scene on the Middle East stage. Bob, sorry. I was head squiggle pace. Tuning up. Doesn't matter if it's tuned, it's Bob's fault. He'll give it a go. That's the kind of free-thinking, free-willing American individualism we like to see on the stage of the Middle East. Once again, Bob, sorry. The extraterrestrial Mr. Bob, sorry. Well, I think maybe we should get Chris back up here. He's willing. Once again, Mr. Chris Chandler. I love this sound, the world of sound. Welcome to the world of audio dynamics. The lowest bass to the highest treble. All of one band of sound, solid sound. Sound so solid it strains your muscles to keep up with it. And while these two famous musicians, one from the Inn and the other a renowned solo artist, schmooze, I'll call attention to it. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. But seriously, Mr. Chris Chandler. And he's going to tie it to a theme. Sorry if I'm spilling the beans, Chris. Chris is going to do a song about North Carolina, home of the Inn, one of whose universities we just had here, schmoozing. I want to do one about Cambridge first. Chris Chandler and all our other friends can be seen on Cambridge Cable Channel 55, Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. I don't know if it's going to be on this week. Probably Chris will be on next week possibly, but tune in if you feel like. And now, your hammy MC essays to perform himself and then gets the hell out of here. I was thinking about the possibilities of reincarnation and various famous people being reincarnated into the present day. Now, what if, and now stop me if you've heard this one before, what if Jesus were reincarnated as a gym coach? Listen, you don't believe all of me, brother? Put your hand in the sword. Go ahead, do it. All right, 200 laps. Well, anyway. Yeah, it's just a little sample of the jollity you can expect. On the way over here, I saw some hogs. They were eating a copy of USA Today. It had Willard Scott on the cover. The headline read, "American hogs are overweight," and there was a special section in the business section devoted to swill. some swill. Just add mud and stir.
Just 30 minutes or less.
Pieces of glass and anything you can imagine. Stir it right in. They'll eat. This is a thought, a really weird thought I had when I woke up. If there's a cockroach heaven, you know you're stepping into one classy place. A perpetually dripping faucet, you know. And the filth is divided up according to grade A, deluxe, fancy, extra fancy. Yeah, I'll just remember that next time I'm at a dinner party. Say, gang, you hear about cockroach heaven? There's another weird thought I had as I woke up, and it was the idea of a yuppie Indian. White man eat oysters with forked tongue. Well, rather than thanks. I'd like to give a speech. It's about the 7 deadly sins. Actually, I'm going to impersonate the 7 deadly sins. Okay? So what's the greatest deadly sin of all? Lust? No, sorry. That's way down. That's 5th. As if somebody's like ranking them, you know? No, pride. Pride is the deadliest sin of all.
Tony loses that feel that way.
But you don't know that, do you? I'm the only one who knows that. Ranting. It's pride. When I go to San Francisco, they say I'm an asshole because I eat a fucking avocado and don't pay for it. That was her avocado. That cost 80 cents. Well, what do we do? What do you want me to do? Fucking commit Harry Carey right there. And I'm proud that they think I'm an asshole in San Francisco. And that's pride. When I got out of New York, I live on eggs. Everybody hates me because I'm in the kitchen 18 hours a day cooking eggs. That's all I can afford to eat. I can't afford to walk down the street in New York because it costs $20 just to walk down the street. If you're money, you don't have $20, they'll kill you. Everybody knows that for a fact. So, I see the subway graffiti and it looks like the new shit. And I'm proud. I'm proud that I don't get along with New Yorkers and I hate New York. I'm proud. That's pride. I just want to tell you about pride, okay? Envy. I'm jealous of you guys because you get to sit down here and say, give it a break. And I get to stand here going, that's envy. I envy you. I wish you all were up here. I was down here. That would be fun. Now, anger. I don't have any anger. I don't have any anger at all. And I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill you. Every single one by one. If you say that I'm angry, I'm not angry. Sloth? I'm too fucking lazy to care about sloth. Alright? So let's just forget about it. Greed? I don't want any part of greed. I want all of it. Because it's all mine. And if you try to take it from me, I'll take everything from you. Well, as long as you return it in a decent condition and you don't make the tires bald. Gluttony. Hey, dun 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 dun. Gluttony. I'm a walking advertisement for it. Finally, guilt. No, it's not a deadly sin. Well, that's a deadly blessing. Finally, lust. Lust. Hey, little mama, what are you doing tonight? You gonna come home with me? Come on, don't be shy, don't be mad, pretty little lady, just get right up there. Hey, fella, what are you doing tonight? And as he plants a big wet smacker, that's envy. And that's all I have to say. Geez, I don't know if Prickly Heat or who the hell wants to go on next? Anybody? Well, you will. Who? Who's that? Who said that? All right, come on up, please. And kindly introduce yourselves. Well, I guess right first on it, there's Andrew.
Prickly Heat is going to play tonight. You're really good at standing. All you people out on television land, call us up. We'll do anything.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Colorful inputs of sound is around me. ever expanding and shimmering and coruscating and flashing with all sorts of brilliantly illuminated colors. The poetry of Mr. Yogi Gimp. A dictionary torn from the encyclopedia of Mr. Gagnon's fertile mind. We'd like to bring up the featured act. Berkeley Heat, are you here? And are you ready? Please come up. Let's have another hand for Jeffrey. That was really the most heartfelt song I've ever heard. Now I'm going to go home and have a coronary. They're going to find me blue on my bed. I'll have choked on my own vomit because nobody strapped me face down. And they'll all say, Jeffrey did it just as sure as he pulled the trigger and he killed him. Let's string him up. But of course, Jeffrey will be long gone. But actually, Prickly Heat. Don't ever change, Prickly Heat. Well, to close the show, I reckon we ought to bring Mr. Chris Channel up here for one more go-round. He's not in these parts too often, so I figure we might as well take advantage of him. But only in the most beneficent of ways. Mr. Chris Chandler for one more go-round. Please give him a warm round. Make him feel home. Be a hostage, see the world, or at least a very small part of it. I can't tell you all the things I miss. I miss being woken up by the smokestacks outside my window. I miss eating those apple pies that are 56% sugar. I miss seeing the Statue of Liberty burning Mexico. I miss the plant store hummus that they sell. I miss it all. But most of all, I miss the big black book. I wish it didn't have to end this way, with my being taken out to a courtyard and ceremoniously executed. But that's the way it's got to end. Please come back next week when our featured guest will be Vegetarian Platter. And thank you all for coming out. And thanks most of all to Prickly Heat and to Mr. Chris Chandler and all those swell folks who make the open mic open mic. Thanks again. If you terrific, aren't they? Hey, you boys knew this. You guys know the theme from the Andy and Mayberry show? I was about the Beverly Hillbillies. My name is Francis. Glad famous rock star. Many consider her a pest. Another question.
Jeff? Yeah?
No question.
Yeah.
Why are we talking to a box?
Yeah. Hey.
Because Yoko Ono pioneered this technique.
I'm not talking to a box, so there.
Stereo.
No more questions.
Okay.
Who's in that box?
Who? Famous rock group. Soon to be on reunion tour. They stole Bob O'Reilly from me. I wrote Sweet
Don't
Jane.
pay attention to that box.
Questions?
What's in the box?
Sensitive hardware.
Francis's jewel. Come on, Francis. Get out of the box.
Anybody got a sword?
Bob?
Who's next?
Carlos plays.
Jim Infantino, who in fact has a show of his own. Tell us about it, Jim.
Show of my own.
Is it that thing you have over at Necco Place or something? Or?
No, we don't have it. I mean, we're having it again, but
When?
we did separately. We did last week, Wednesday.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, it's slow with me. But keep an eye on the listings. I'm going to do an impression of Public Image. I'm going to perform behind the screen. Now, this is Dave. He's going to show us a movie, and I figured I'd fill the air with some snappy patter when we were setting up for this. I'd like to sing a song. It's called The Ballad of Armageddon Clampett. Well, this is a story about a man named Armageddon, poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was hunting for some land, went out through the ground, gave a bunch of pitch blende, ore that is, pitch blende, uranium. Well, first thing you know, Armageddon's a billionaire. The kinfolk said, Jake, get out of there. They said, out in the desert, that's the place where you ought to be. So he loaded up the truck and he moved to Alamogordo, New Mexico, that is. Salt flats, nuclear waste.
I like some criticism, really. I mean, not really, but
22 chemical weapons are not criticism, so please don't fire. Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about Central Square, which is where we're at. Keep talking. We're at Central Square. It's really becoming urban renewalized, you know. Like they're getting an urban renewal in there. And we longtime residents are thrilled to be considered a slum. And so we're real happy about the urban renewal, but all the bums are becoming yuppies now. I saw these bums outside my door. They were saying, it's a good rubbing alcohol. It's not a great rubbing alcohol. And the other guy said, my girlfriend's a wino. I'm going to get her a bottle of Nouveau Beaujolais. So anyway, that's the Central Square urban renewal jokes. I just want to mention one last thing, and that is that my apartment came furnished, and that's really great because I wouldn't want to go out and buy cockroaches. Anyhow, thank you all. My name is Francis DiMenno, and we're going to show a movie by Dave. Okay, this is Baby Huey standing in a pot of boiling water. Hey! You're trying to eat me! And this is Tommy Van Score standing in a pot of boiling water. You gotta buy our things! It's like filing money! This Easter Sunday, let your girlfriend be the envy of others. finally, this is the deer hunter standing in a pot of boiling water. Go ahead, Johnny, go ahead. Ah! Anyway, on that jolly note, let's bring up vegetarian platter, if they're ready. Even if they're not. Oh, wait, is there anybody here who hasn't had a chance to perform who would like to perform? I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Anybody? All set? Kristen. Where's Kristen? You? Huh? Oh well, Kristen's vanished. She was going to read some of her poetry, but I guess that's a treat that's going to have to wait till next week. So can I present vegetarian platter? Yes, a round of applause would be nice to welcome him. Our feature performance.
His dick is really good. It's not like his dick. I want to see the person. That was great, Francis. He runs the open mic. There actually is a band called Jesus Penis. And this is a chunk of cable, man.
Russians into Siberia. At their helm was Mr. Butch. But Mr. Butch complained the climate was too cold for him and demanded to be sent home. The American Expeditionary Force.
The Mr. Butch Century.
In tatters, a failure. 1921, the lingering influenza epidemic, which laid low half of the eastern coast of the United States, also lays low Mr. Butch. Lenin takes over Soviet Russia and dominates it. 1924, Lenin dies. Mr. Butch gets off his bed of pain and decides to become a foremost advocate of anti-communism. 1929, Stalin seeks the power. With his 5-year plan, he wrecks the Soviet economy. Mr. Butch lays in his bed of pain, unable to move, unable to do anything to stop the ramping, mustachioed madman who looks like a sinister lifted teabag logo. 1939, World War II. The Germans sign a treaty with the Russians, a non-aggression pact. Mr. Butch is once again taken to his bed of pain. Eventually, he is interned in a Japanese concentration camp. 1943, the United States and the Soviet Union are allied together in a smash Nazi pact. Mr. Butch is once more off his bed of pain. 1952, the Red Scare. Mr. Butch triumphant. A huge statue is erected in his honor at Rio de Janeiro. 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Mr. Butch is more in the media than ever before with his mating of Marilyn Monroe in all the tabloids. Marilyn Monroe shortly thereafter commits suicide, spurned by Mr. Butch. Khrushchev demands to visit Disneyland, but is denied permission. 1964, Khrushchev leaves office. Mr. Butch moves to Worcester, Massachusetts. 1971, Brezhnev takes power. Mr. Butch moves to Kenmore Square in Boston. 1983, Chernenko takes power. Mr. Butch forms Mr. Butch and the Holy Man. 1985, communism is weak. Gorbachev takes office. Mr. Butch dominates more than has ever been known before. His picture is on every newspaper front page and on every t-shirt front. 1987, Comrade Gorbachev's Soviet reforms mean that Mr. Butch is more influential than ever. Mr. Butch puts in his bid for the run for the governorship of Massachusetts. 1988, Mr. Butch loses the Democratic primary to Michael Dukakis, but puts in a showing which newspapers around the country agree was unprecedented for a man of his caliber, running mortgage money. Bankers, just a bunch of bloodsuckers. School teachers, they talk to you like you're a child. Employees of a phone company, a bunch of lazy gold brickers. Musicians, they're always late, and they think they're God because they know how to strum a lousy guitar. College kids, they never have any money of their own, and they never pay any attention to the word you say because they have absolutely no sense at all. Pipe smokers, they're squinty-eyed and treacherous. Insurance salesmen, they all smell like formaldehyde. Yuppies, they come in here and they act like they own the joint. And you want to know something? Every last one of them are lousy dippers. Who the hell needs them? Am I right? And listen, I got some advice for you. Keep an eye on them farmers. Farmers control the food supply. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to plant me some undercover crops. Yeah, I'm going to plant some potatoes. I'm going to plant some corn. Them's going to be my eyes and ears. Keep an eye on them farmers. Now here's something else I can't stand. Tough love. Tough love? What's next? War peace? Stupid smart? Gentle fascism? A bunny slipper right in your face until you get tickled to death? Here's another thing I don't get. People who think that corporations ought to be responsible. Let's face it, corruption is a way of life. If corporations were socially responsible, they'd get eaten up quicker in hell by all them sharks out there just waiting to pounce on them. No, I'm going to invest all my money in records by Don Henley, Billy Joel, and Phil Collins because stupid people buy them. And there's never going to be a shortage of stupid people. And you just remember, you heard it here first. And what's this thing about Woody Allen being a sex maniac or something? Woody Allen, that guy looks like he's from outer space. You ought to call him Woody Alien. You ever notice all them bleeding hearts out there crying about Vietnam? We don't owe Vietnam nothing. It's good enough that we let them open up their restaurants. They send half the goddamn profits to Saigon. You just know it is. They're out there torturing our boys in them time cages with all the money they make, with all the profits they make, in them damn Vietnamese restaurants. Don't eat in Vietnamese restaurants. Every time you do, you're driving a punching stick into some poor prisoner of war. You just keep that in mind. And you know what I say we do with the commies? We don't grovel at their feet. We tell them, let go of Lithuania or it's boomski, comrade. You want to know something? Lithuania has all the atomic bomb stockpile of the Soviet Union. I say, let's make Lithuania the head of the Soviet Union. They got all the bombs. But you know, we got enough to worry about here. We got inflation and unemployment. Let me tell you one thing. If there's a depression in this country, I ain't going to starve because I know how to use a gun. God damn it. No, I ain't prejudiced against nobody. Unless it's a bunch of lousy little kids sitting in the front row. They ain't got no money. What good are they anyway? But I'm gonna hold back. I ain't gonna get them till after the show. You just watch. Now I have a lot of stuff to say about Jewish people. I ain't got nothing against Jewish people as long as they give me all their money. Do you understand? I'm an American. That's all I ever wanted to be. Americans are rich. They're clever. And they invented the atomic bomb. British people with crooked teeth in their comics like to sit on rooftops. And their country is run by a girl. French people ain't serious. They like Jerry Lewis. They don't care about nothing and they're dirty. And the Russians are bad. They're trying to steal our hamburgers and our Pepsi Cola. And the Japanese. The Japanese say that we're hypocrites. They say we love money and we're crude and we ain't got no culture and we like to have fun at everybody's expense and we like nice things and we like luxury items and we got no sense of shame and we ain't formal and we do things on the spur of the moment. And I say, of course we do. That's because we live on steaks and beer. We're not rice burners like you over in that diddly squat little island of yours that we should have bombed to hell and God when we had the chance back in 1945. But I'll tell you something, I'm against prejudice. You know why? I know what prejudice is like, because everybody is against me. Because I'm the wrong era. I'm the only one of my kind. I'm a minority of one. And that's as much of a minority as you can get. And I'm going to tell you what they can't do. They can't put me down. I know my rights. They can't arrest me for walking down the street. Just because I live in Central Square doesn't mean I can't walk around in Coolidge Corner. I got my own religion. And you know what my religion is? I slander all the other heroes. Spider-Man, he hugs his wife with 8 arms. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles cause disease, man. Get wise to yourself. They cause disease. I'm going to open up a whorehouse. me and educate the nation's youth, just like I'm doing right here, right now. They can't stop me. If I want to run for public office on the wrong hero platform, they can't keep me off the ballot. I ain't no slave to fashion. I'm against everything else. I hate Wall Street. I hate labor unions. I hate scabs. I hate poor people. I hate farmers. I hate welfare chiselers. I hate businessmen. I hate commies. I hate army officers. I hate radicals. I hate conservatives. I hate New Yorkers. I hate Southerners because they want to make me their slave. I hate Northerners. I hate Texans. And I hate university professors. And I ain't even caught my breath yet. Excuse, hold on right there. And most of all, I hate people from New Zealand. Because they think they're smart. And they ain't. Listen, I got a lot of questions I want answered. And if this mask slips off, you're all going to die because nobody can see my true face and live. I got a lot of questions I want to answer. By God, I want to answer now. Why don't they make the sidewalks wider? I ain't going to pay a penny in taxes until they do. They can go and whistle for their money. They're going to open up a factory in this town and hire a bunch of foreigners, foreign agitators, anarchists, plotters, traitors. What I want to know is, what's wrong with hiring American agitators, American anarchists, American plotters, American traitors? You want to know what I think? Only me and people like me have a right to exist. There's only one way to do something, that's my way. And if you don't watch out, people are going to make a sucker out of you. Cops ought to be more strict with all them drug dealers. Women ought to stick to housework. There's always going to be war. People are just no good. They hate me because I threaten them. I incite them. I persecute them. I ridicule them. I destroy them. I say, take them all out of circulation. The government is corrupt. We're all being cheated. The end is here. There's no middle ground. There is no more time to think. There's a conspiracy against all of you out there. There's a conspiracy against you. There's a conspiracy against me. There's a conspiracy against all of us. I don't believe in beauty. I don't believe in theories. I don't believe in religion. I believe in persecution and betrayal and political conspiracy. I believe in the politics of me because I'm the wrong hero and I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I know why people hate me. Don't think I don't know why people hate me. I'll tell you why people hate me. I'm cheap. I smell bad. I spit on the sidewalk. I got acne. I drink too much. And when I hear all this anti-hero talk going around, I feel guilty for not speaking up on my own behalf. I'm lazy. I like to beg and tell tall tales. I can't be heard. You can't put me down. I never talk back, but I always do what I want. And if I laugh at any mortal thing, it is that I may not weep. I'm interested in two things and two things alone. Survival. Revenge. I want all you out there. Survival. Revenge. Survival. Revenge. Survival. Revenge. You know, I try to get on with people who hate my guts. You know why? That's so they'll go to trust me and I'll be invited to their houses and then I can really wreak havoc when their backs are turned. I act just like them. I think like them. I like the same things they like. Just on the off chance that they're going to trust me someday. And that's the day when I'm going to give them all a royal screwing. They say I got a lousy attitude. They say I make them sick. They say they don't want their kids around me. You notice how little kids just disappear? That's because their parents took them out of here. That's why. Because they don't want their kids hearing this stuff. Now listen, tonight, you know what I'm going to do tonight? Tonight is going to be a typical night for me. I'm going to go dancing over at Beat Town. I'm going to go over and go bowling at the Homerdrome. And maybe I'm going to head on out to the knockout place and drink the Sterno down there they got. Or maybe I'll go to Tubby's Draw and eat their all-you-can-eat special out of a big wooden tub for 98 cents. Or maybe I'll go over and shop for some ammo over at Blam's Guns. And then I'll get into a nice game of poker with my buddies. And if they win, I'll kill them all. Then I'm going to go home and watch television, and I'll go to sleep. Or maybe, if it's too hot to go home, I'll suck a subway token out of the subway slot, and I'll take a train downtown, and I'll sleep in an automatic teller machine booth. I'm going to tell you a story before I go. Somebody said, what do you like to do on Saturday nights, Wrong Hero? Do you like the polka? And I says, yeah, I like the polka. I'll polka your fucking eyes out if you get in my way. Because I'm the wrong hero. I'm the hero of Central Square. I hate everybody, and everybody hates me. I don't like to help people. I like
Let's hear it for the